Hey everybody, Gina Mizell here alongside Danny Moran. We are at Reser Stadium where on Friday night, Oregon State falls to Stanford 42-24 in their Pac-12 opener. And I think kind of the first thing that sticks out about this game is the difference between the first half and the second half, obviously. And you can almost kind of compare it to the Michigan game 2 weeks ago where Oregon State hung with the team that they were big underdogs to, and then the second half just really got overpowered. And so just kind of what were your initial impressions as far as what changed in the second half?
Yeah, it was almost eerie in the kind of similarities. And Oregon State hangs with them early. They get an early turnover to swing the momentum. In this case, it was an interception by Cyril Nolan Lewis. And then Gary Anderson said it, the team just wore down. He said it was even more so than the Michigan game.
Yeah, surprising.
Yeah, given how one-sided that really felt, you know, I think you saw a little bit more from the offense today, but I mean, the biggest difference also was just the big plays that Oregon State gave up. They were one of 3 teams in all of FBS to have not given up a play of over 30 yards. They gave up 4 tonight, 3 of which went for touchdowns, 2 Kevin Hogan touchdown passes, whose ankle looked fine.
Yeah.
Despite all the talk, he looked pretty solid. And then Barry Sanders, Jr., had that long touchdown run where he broke a tackle, and that one seemed like a symptom of the team just wearing down. There was a big missed tackle from Nolan Lewis, and yeah, eventually you look up and it's 42-24.
Yeah, like you said, obviously the offense played better than they did in Ann Arbor because they put up 24 points, but the defense, even Anderson, you asked him about the big plays, but he said, hey, we didn't play well in short yardage situations, we didn't play well in third down situations, just didn't play well in any real facet of the game, and that was really surprising for a group that has performed very, very well, at least up until this point.
Yeah, it was kind of the test coming in. You know, we've talked about the defense looked so good against San Jose State and Weber State, not so great against Michigan, so you didn't quite know what you had, and I think now we have maybe a fuller picture of what we have with the defense.
Right.
They're still banged up on the defensive line. You know, linebackers obviously been a highlight, but they're thin at that position too. Stanford went a lot at Larry Scott on that left corner side late, so there's still a lot of things to work on. The good thing is a bye week is coming up.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the perfect chance. You've now played your one Pac-12 game, and I asked Gary Anderson, what are the things that you can work on immediately to compete with these teams, because he said, quite frankly, we don't have enough to go, or we couldn't perform well enough to go toe-to-toe with them for an entire game. So that'll be the biggest thing to watch now moving forward, because they do have that extra week before going to Tucson, another tough place to play.
Yeah, I think, I mean, now at this point you're 2-2 if you're Oregon State. That's kind of where you'd expect them to be. They won the games they were supposed to, lost the games that maybe they weren't supposed to win. Are there particular positives that you've taken out of this 4-game stretch as they go into the bye week?
Well, I think Seth Collins is a big thing that was talked about quite a bit, even though it was a loss, but he continues to show flashes with his legs, and he continues to show he makes one really good deep throw every single game, even if he's off target in some other areas. That pass to Jordan Villeman, which was kind of a mini rally Oregon State was trying to put on, Barry Sanders scored on the very next play, but that was a beautiful ball to Jordan Villeman. He had a very nice day today. Even with Chris Brown out, we saw Ryan Nall got his first career touchdown, so you can see some strides being taken on that side of the ball, but again, they just haven't been able to put enough together to hang with some of the upper echelon teams in the country, which is, again, I guess to be expected with a young group and a rebuilding project with this first-year coaching staff. Yeah,
no, there are a lot of positives in that first half, especially they looked great on third down, which is something that, you know, coaching staff has worked on, but you know, everything faded away in the second half again, and I think that's the similarity to Michigan. How much can you take from the first half when they came out and looked so good, and how much is the second half ultimately where this team is at right now? The other positive I would say too is Gary Anderson, you know, said the team continued to play hard, which, you know, you see the missed tackles, and so I think for fans a lot of times, you know, you question that, but you know, he's defended his players and put it on himself. That's what he does. So as long as there's no quit, I mean, this is going to be a long year potentially. That's kind of the main thing you have to see, particularly from the young guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be tested. I think if this season goes the way we think it might go, that's going to continue to be tested in the coming weeks. So again, it's kind of a product of youthfulness, some mistakes on both sides of the football and on special teams we saw as well, so that'll be interesting to monitor moving forward. So again, Oregon State heads into a bye week this coming week and then goes to Tucson on October 10th to face a tough Arizona squad, the defending Pac-12 champs, or Pac-12 South champs, excuse me. So we will have all the coverage, of course, on OregonLive.com and the Oregonian every single day. So for Danny Moran, I'm Gina Mizell. Again, Oregon State loses 42-24 to Stanford on Friday night at Reser Stadium. We will catch you next time.